Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome to MTN Outdoors. I'm John Riley, and I'll be your guide for this episode. On this episode, we'll learn more about how biologists are studying mountain lions, see about taking a plunge into the new year, and learn about new requirements for hunters' education. But honestly, right now, it is a great time to start planning those trips for our national parks. MTN's Keanu Wilson has more about what to expect this year in Glacier.
Here in Glacier National Park, 2023 was a great year. But now that 2024 is here, there are some new things happening in the park. 2023 was an average year for Glacier, with around 3 million visitors, all of whom used the vehicle reservation system while dealing with construction on Glacier's most iconic road. But in 2024, Going to the Sun Road's construction will be complete, just in time for the vehicle reservation system to change.
Construction on Going to the Sun Road was very inconvenient, and we all suffered through it. The construction in the spring that finishes up that last 1.5 miles on Going to the Sun Road, once that finishes up in the spring, we shouldn't have any construction on Going to the Sun Road.
That also means visitors will be allowed to enter the park before 6 a.m. and after 3 p.m. without reservations. At the west entrance, reservations will not be necessary to access Apgar and that portion of Lake McDonald. In fact, the checkpoint will be past the Apgar campground.
One of the comments that we received often from visitors was the inability to access our free park shuttles on the west side because they would have to have a vehicle reservation to get past the entrance point to be able to get to the Apgar Visitor Center to jump on the shuttle. This summer, this coming season, people will be able to access those shuttles without a vehicle reservation.
On the eastern side, vehicle reservations will not be required at the Two Medicine and St. Mary's entrances, opening access to Going to the Sun Road from the east.
We expect those areas to fill up pretty fast when our season comes into full swing, and especially before Going to the Sun Road opens all the way for the springtime. We may need to manage those in a more old-fashioned way, and that is restricting traffic for a few hours during the day.
There is one more reservation change. Vehicle reservations will be available at 7 p.m. the night before the reservation is valid. That's different from last year when reservations were available at 8 a.m. the day before you could enter the park.
So for example, on July 1, you could get online at 7 p.m. and come into the park the next day.
Advanced vehicle reservations will become available starting January 25th. There are some changes to this system as well. Be sure to visit Glacier's website to learn more about these changes. In Glacier National Park, Keanu Wilson, MTN News.
We've seen it before, and mamma mia, here we go again. People walking in dangerous places and sensitive thermal areas in Yellowstone National Park. Now, famed actor Pierce Brosnan has landed himself a court date in Wyoming after he allegedly engaged in foot travel in a thermal area in the park this past November. 2 citations were just issued on November 26th. The first citation claims that he violated rules regarding to foot travel in all thermal areas and within Yellowstone Canyon confines to trails. The second citation claims that he violated closures and use limits in the park. Brosnan is ordered to appear in U.S. District Court in Mammoth, Wyoming on January 23rd. He's expected to make bond.
A group of women are going into 2024 with a splash.
On New Year's Day in the Custer-Gallatin National Forest, the crackling of a warm fire could be heard, paired with a chainsaw in the distance cutting into Wild Bill Lake, and the loud cheers from women taking a plunge.
A good way to start the new year. I'm from Wisconsin, and traditionally in Wisconsin, we always would do polar plunges on New Year's Day into Lake Michigan. And I was looking into whether or not there was one here in Red Lodge, and I couldn't find anybody doing one.
But now there is, thanks to Ambassador Effie Poulos.
It's sort of, cleansing.
Women Who Explore, a nationwide group, has definitely caught on in popularity, with 9,000 members across the state.
Just to get more comfortable with being outdoors.
Hiking, skiing, fishing, and in this case, plunging. Letting go of the past and welcoming a refreshing future was exactly what Monday morning was all about for this group.
Anxiety, letting go of things that are out of my control, and
Starting off by writing down things they want to leave in 2023.
So shall we? Here's to new things in 2024.
Cheers.
And letting them burn before cooling off with a dive.
I've made some of my very best friends through this.
Jordan Browning, another ambassador of the group, was among the many who started 2024 off with a brave dip.
If you're watching this and you're a woman who likes to get outside, you should join Women Who Explore Montana on Facebook and come to some of our events.
While this year's plunge has passed, members of the group get together weekly, excited for the future.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Going into 2024, refreshed and ready to continue recreating. In Red Lodge, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
Mountain lions live all over Montana, but studying these big cats can be a challenge because of how elusive they can be, as our own Chet Lehman found out.
If you've spent any time in Montana's backcountry, you've probably been near a mountain lion. They're elusive, far-roaming, and often hard to find. This winter, the Montana Department of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks continuing a 5-year effort to study mountain lion populations, this year in the Gallatin, with a little help from experienced houndsmen.
Fish, Wildlife, and Parks working closely with experienced houndsmen to go out and use hounds to tree mountain lions. Then they use darts to capture a genetic sample of those lions. And we use that genetic sample along with genetic samples that we've taken from hunter-harvested lions over many years to put together a more accurate picture of what these populations are like, how they're doing, what their numbers are, what their distribution is.
This is an example of another of those important partnerships FWP has with members of the community. For a study like this, it simply couldn't happen without a little help.
It's not like we can get in an airplane and go and count them like we do for elk, where they're all congregated, down at lower elevations this time of year. Mountain lions are very dispersed, they're very elusive, and that makes things a little more challenging when we're trying to survey them. So joining partners such as houndsmen to be able to accomplish this is absolutely essential. And ultimately what the goal is to help us better understand how those populations are doing and how can we strike a balance with having healthy mountain lion populations as well as conflicts and other needs that may that do occur around the state with having predators on the landscape. So it's a very, very dynamic management need, and research is essential to that process.
FWP's research effort in the Gallatins, along with the houndsmen, will continue into late spring. The effort, by the way, runs in conjunction with the winter mountain lion season that wraps up on April 14th. In the Gallatins, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks is now requiring a field day for all those young hunters who are taking hunter's education. The change impacts students ages 12 to 17 completing both hunter and bow hunter education. Fish, Wildlife, and Parks says students who only did the online version of hunter's education had a harder time when they started hunting.
Our instructors said that by and large those online students, particularly the younger ones, had a hard time with the gun handling portion of it. So, controlling your muzzle, not keeping your finger off the trigger, those sorts of things. And what our instructors do is they walk through a whole host of situations that a hunter would encounter in the field and how to safely handle your gun in those situations.
The in-person field day will require students to demonstrate firearm handling skills, the 4 rules of firearm safety, and the point, remove, observe, verify, and examine or prove procedure. Some of the actions they'll have to complete include how to safely cross a fence with a firearm, handing off a firearm, and remove a firearm from a vehicle. The field day will also include discussion on ethics, land ownership, and access. FWP hopes to start their 2024 field days as early as February and are looking for volunteers. If you're interested, you can sign up on the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks website. Coming up after the break, we'll learn more about what this El Nino winter means for Montana. But first, it's time for some trivia. There are a lot of different names for mountain lions, like pumas and cougars. But do you know how many nicknames there are for the big cats in English? That answer coming up after the break.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back. So do you know how many English nicknames there are for mountain lions? From cougar to puma, catamount, and ghost cat. There are over 40 English nicknames for mountain lions, or scientifically known, puma concolor. And a fun fact, mountain lions don't actually roar. Now, it wasn't much of a white Christmas this year, and temperatures have been consistently still been getting above freezing, which has led many Montanans to wonder what exactly is in store for this winter. Well, MTN's Emily Brown breaks it down.
Montana's winter so far has been warm and dry, a contrast to the cold Christmas we experienced last year. But as meteorologist Louis Dorch says, it's the result of a weather pattern known as El Nino.
Basically what El Nino is this, it's a warming of the ocean waters, the Pacific waters, off the west coast of South America.
And those Pacific Ocean origins are enough to impact the weather in Montana.
There's something called the Pacific jet stream. It's just a fast-moving column of air. It shifts a little bit further south with the warming water. As it does, active weather is going to kick up along that jet stream. So basically, it moves more active weather to the southern half of the United States, while the northern half of the United States, which includes us here in Montana, is a little drier and a little warmer on average.
With little snow on the ground, businesses and recreationists alike are having to alter their plans.
We're less than a quarter of our normal trails that would be open in full season, and then it affects other parts of our business as well. So the restaurant, the bar, the lodging, just people, if they don't have anything to do out here, then they're not going to be here spending time and money.
Dog Creek Lodge and Nordic Center in Olney, which is 20 miles northwest of Whitefish, has trails for cross-country skiing and fat biking, plus a lodge and restaurant. And while the valleys may be dry, they have some snow on the ground.
We are struggling to get people out here because I don't know we even have snow. I mean, when it's raining, people in the valley, they aren't seeing the snow. They don't want to come out here.
However, it's a very limited amount of snow, and that quiets traffic on the trails and at the lodge.
What would be 1 or 2 days to explore the trails is now you can do it in an hour.
Whether you're a winter sports enthusiast or simply just love being outside in the snow, with a drier season this year comes a bit of frustration. But many are making the most of it, like Ash Sword, who started splitboarding this year.
Honestly, I am a little bummed that there's not more snow. I would love more snow, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be outside, whether it's snowing, raining, sunny. I'm going to be outside having a good time, no matter what.
That's why they've been heading out to Lolo Pass, where there is a bit of snow.
I love hanging out in the woods. I have a dog, and so it just kind of made sense for me to come out here, be outside, and still get to enjoy the sport that I like.
Ash believes that the key to enjoying this season is a positive outlook.
Ultimately, I just feel like being able to recreate at all is a privilege. Just being grateful that I have the ability to do that.
And even though Louis says El Nino's dryness is sticking around until mid-2024, you never know exactly what's in store when it comes to weather.
So as of now, there's just not much relief in sight to get some good snowfall here. We're in a very typical El Nino pattern for us this year. Now, this doesn't mean that things can't change as we go into January, February, March even.
As always, we'll have weather updates right here on KPAX. In Missoula, Emily Brown, MTN News.
Cups, to-go containers, and utensils. These are things you probably wouldn't think twice about throwing away. But one local group wants you to reconsider what you're putting in the trash and allow local governments to regulate what businesses are allowed to hand out.
Plastics are directly harming people's health.
That simple thought is why Katie Harrison joined in a lawsuit against the state in late November.
Unfortunately, it is at the point where we literally have to take matters into our own hands to stop this.
Challenging House Bill 407, a law passed in 2021 that bans citizens and local governments from regulating single-use plastics.
This bill is simply saying that certain prohibitions on the products we all use should be done on a statewide basis so that consumers and businesses have one standard that covers the entire state.
Harrison, who runs the local nonprofit Sustaina Billings, is joined in the suit by outgoing city councilman Danny Chiriki.
That's in direct contradiction to the Montana State Constitution, where it very explicitly says we have the right to home rule.
Back in September of 2022, we brought you a story with Harrison on her efforts to make Montana more green.
It's disgusting that I'm picking this up.
This January, MTN followed up with Harrison on her efforts to eliminate single-use plastics in the Magic City.
407 is considered the ban on bans.
We have real problems we are facing, and the Montana State Legislature has gotten in the way of dealing with them.
In 2017, a survey of 72 sites in the Gallatin River watershed was conducted to determine the presence of microplastics. 57% of sites were found to be contaminated. In 2019, 50 fishing access sites across the state were surveyed. 33 of those sites were contaminated. And last year, 12 locations in Flathead Lake were surveyed. All 12 locations were found to be contaminated.
That will be consumed by fish.
The complaint asked Lewis and Clark County District Court to strike down HB 407, giving the state 42 days to respond.
150 people are not going to be experts on everything. They need to listen to the experts.
They're finding microplastics everywhere. And this is a real issue. So if you care about Montana, you should care about this issue.
In Billings, Kelsey Boggs, MTN News.
Coming up after the break, we take a look at some of the biggest stories affecting Montana agriculture.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back. A lot can happen in a year, and now that we're firmly into 2024, MTN's Ryan Gamboa takes a look at some of the biggest agriculture stories impacting Big Sky Country in 2023.
Inflation has topped headlines this year, especially in fuel prices. According to AAA, a gallon of diesel is down nearly 75 cents from last year. Friday's average was $3.69.
What we're dealing with in farm country right now is deflation. And frankly, that's a bigger hurt than inflation is.
A drought and hay shortage pushed cattle ranchers further into a deficit, culling calves early last winter to now an abundance of hay and an up market as ranchers looking to buy back cattle at a higher price.
If a rancher generally sells them in October weighing 7 and they got to come 30 days early, you know, that could take 100 pounds off a calf that they're selling. So now instead of selling, you know, 100 steer calves at 7, they're selling 100 steer calves at 6. So that's $10,000 or 10,000 pounds less, you know, and on $2 calves, that's $20,000.
And dependent on your region in Montana, there were record harvests for grain, but a looming warmer and drier El Nino weather pattern has forecasters and producers concerned heading into 2024.
As many people thought, it couldn't end in California. And they just had a winter this past winter where they had record precip. It can come to an end. It is possible. We just need the right meteorological conditions.
We've also met some great characters this year, including Seth Becker from Stick Leg Ranch. He's living his lifelong dream on his Valier Ranch, and he protects his family and herd from grizzly bears with his livestock guardian dogs.
The main thing was our children. We were concerned about our 3 young children that they want to go outside and play, you know. And anyway, these dogs changed everything. They are our security force.
We highlighted calving season, one of the beauties of the state's leading industry.
This is a good life, and I'm very proud to be able to be part of it, because the one thing about this world is that no matter what, you got to eat.
And we didn't just stick to the prairies of north central Montana, but traveled to Capitol Hill to discuss concerns in the Farm Bill, a fall continuing resolution that pushed the Farm Bill out until 2024, with key issues like crop insurance.
The domestic production of food still doesn't seem to be seen as a strategic and security issue that it really should be.
Vacancies in FSA offices across the state.
Well, you got to pay them if you're going to keep them. And if you're going to recruit them in, they got to know that the pay is there. Government jobs are pretty good jobs. They really are. But if the pay doesn't match up, there are pretty good jobs in the private sector you can get.
To living with grizzly bears as populations continue to grow.
The species has recovered, and they're moving further and further and further because where they're at, we've mismanaged their forests and their habitat.
From concerns of ag producers on the ground to federal legislation out of Washington to our leaders at the state level, Governor Greg Gianforte led his first Taiwanese trade mission, bolstering relations for Montana ag and education.
I think we've established some
new relationships to complement the ones that we've had for a long time, and it's going to bear fruit for both Taiwan and Montana.
As we close the door on 2023, the farmer optimism remains the same from us at the Montana Ag Network. We pray for rain like the rest of you, but work still needs to be done for the next generation of Montana's leading industry. Wishing you the best year ahead, Ryan Gamboa, MTN News.
Jennifer Shields started her Top Equine services here in Stanford, Montana over 5 years ago and has since taken her therapy services the extra mile.
Top Equine Services is an AccuScope MyPulse rehab facility and mobile services we offer. We also do some nutritional consulting for rehab purposes.
Jennifer, along with her husband and children, created this family-run business to better the health and quality of life for all horses.
We take in all kinds of injured horses, whether they're performance horses or just a backyard ranch horse. And the AccuScope therapy is FDA approved to heal things 50% faster than their body naturally can using electrical therapy. So it's just really cool because we get diagnosis from the vets and then we work towards rehabilitation. A lot of my horses come from performance backgrounds, so I just finished National Finals Rodeo and those old horses are all been in rehab and successfully went back to work, and so that's the fun part about what I do.
They have several success stories from over the years, including healing horses that were initially given a diagnosis of needing to be put down, but made almost a full recovery with Top Equine's rehab services.
With the therapy that we use, the AccuScope and MyPulse therapy system, it's one of the coolest modalities and best modalities out there for therapy because it allows the body to heal and it just makes the body work the very best that it can.
Jennifer said plans to open a trade school based on this equine therapy system are in the works.
I love teaching younger generations and I do a lot with the 4-H and younger kids. I love to teach them about different opportunities in the horse industry. This is a billion-dollar industry, the rehab industry in the equine world. So I feel like there's enough horses in Montana. We should have more of this here. So we hope to be opening that here in the near future in 2024.
To learn more about what they're doing here at Top Equine Services, you can visit our website. In Stanford, I'm McKenna Holman, MTN News.
Well, that's going to just about wrap things up here for MTN Outdoors. As always, stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time.